Welcome to Combi Scale. In this video we will demonstrate how to disassemble the machine, how to power on the Combi Scale, how to set up a program, how to operate the Combi Scale, and finally how to calibrate the combination scale. There are 8 main components of the Combi Scale, the first being the hopper and center cone, the second being the linear pan feeder, the third being the feed bucket, the fourth being the weigh bucket, the fifth being the collection funnel, the seventh being the power on switch, and finally the control panel to operate the scale. Here we will show you how to quickly disassemble the Combi Scale for cleanup. Simply pull from the bottom of the bucket and pull away from the bracket. The same method will be used to release the feed bucket. To release the linear feed pan, simply unclip and release from its bracketry. And finally, to release the collection funnel, simply pull off the hinge and pull away from the machine. We will now show you how to power on the Combi Scale and the functions that need to be performed. Simply flip the toggle switch to the trip menu and the Combi Scale will power on. This will bring you to the main menu. Once in the main menu, it will ask you to please empty the buckets. Simply push the yellow circle and all the buckets will open and close once to assure no product in the bucket as well as zero themselves out. Now we'll show you how to set up a new recipe for your production. Simply access number 3 program settings from the main menu and enter the password, which is 1 6 times, followed by the enter. This is the program setting main menu, shows which program you are in currently. We'll switch it to number 2 and begin a new recipe. Now it's displaying a different target weight than original, and we will simply toggle to the para settings using the left and right arrow keys. Press enter to access all the parameter settings. The MF amp is our main feeder amplitude or the center cone vibration amplitude. The PV amp is the linear vibration amplitude or the pan vibration amplitude. The PV on time is the time that the pan vibration will prolong for. The FB delay is the feed bucket delay, the amount of time it will wait prior to releasing the product to the weigh bucket. Weigh bucket delay is the amount of time it will hold the product to settle out the product to assure proper weight before releasing to the catch box. The catch box delay is the amount of time it will hold the product before releasing to an auxiliary machine. And the CB time is the amount of time that the catch box will stay open for. For this recipe, we've chosen 100 grams as our target weight. We have opted to have an up limit and a low limit of 1 gram. Meaning we will allow any combination up to 101 grams and as low as 99 grams. As well, for this recipe, we're calling for a target speed of 63 cycles per minute. However, we can change this very quickly by scrolling to it and entering 70. The DIS delay time is the interface delay time on how long the scale will wait before giving the signal to the auxiliary machine, and the DIS on time is the time that we will give that signal for. The zero interval is the amount of time the combination scale will wait prior to beginning to zero out each bucket. Here we'll scroll to the second page of the parameter settings. The no load, simply put, is the amount of product in each weigh bucket, meaning that we must have a minimum of 10% of the single weight in the bucket in order to call this for a combination, otherwise it will ask for more product to that bucket. The no select is the amount of cycles it will wait if a bucket is over or under its single weight target before it will enforce it as a dump. Feed times can be also known as a multiple dump for larger weights. The motor pattern for each the feed bucket, weigh bucket, and catch box is simply the speed of the revolution of the stepper motor. The bigger the weight, the slower the revolution must be. 0 through 4 are the settings that you can have, 4 being the fastest and 0 being the slowest. AFC is the automatic feed control. With this settings, simply allow the pans to adjust automatically during operation to achieve the highest speed possible with the most accuracy. In our settings, which is a standard, is 3.5 buckets per combination, and will allow for a maximum of 4 buckets to achieve that combination as well. Our single weight is 1/3 of the target weight, meaning if our target weight is 90 grams, then we want 30 grams in each bucket to achieve 3 buckets per combination. And we will allow for a limit weight of 25 grams over and above the 30 grams to be allowed as a combination. Now that the parameters have been set, we will scroll back to the main menu by simply pushing the back button. We will now show you the combination scale in operation and a quick review of what each letter will mean. J means that the machine is filling. C means that the combination has been made, that the buckets have combined to make the target weight. L means that the bucket needs more product and is calling for more product. And finally, Q means it's an enforced dump. Now I'll show you the simple procedure on how to calibrate the combination scale. Simply access it through number 5 of the main menu. Enter the password once again, the default being 1 6 times, followed by the enter key. Choose which bucket number you would like. Here we're choosing number 1. Press enter and you will see 0 will be highlighted. Make sure that no one is touching the weigh bucket and nothing is in the weigh bucket, and push enter. This will hold the calibration at 0. And then simply put the calibration weight onto the weigh bucket. And now that full has been highlighted, simply press enter and it will calibrate to 1,000 grams. Congratulations, you're now ready to begin production.